Hi everyone. Today I am going to be talking about Björk's Post. This is, I believe, her second studio album. Uh, One of my favorites. I think it's a 10 out of 10. There is nothing I've ever heard that sounds anything like the music that Björk makes. Um, the closest I can think of would be like sort of like if King Crimson somehow fused with Aphex Twin, but even then it's a bit of a stretch. She has one of the, like, I can't, uh, uh, I can almost barely put into words what her voice sounds like. It's got like this sort of like grime to it that you don't hear a lot in other pop music. Uh, but she also has these really good falsettos. She has a great range. It's just makes for a really interesting sophomore album. So let's just get into the track list. Now, I haven't listened to this album the most times, so I might be a little bit spotty on some of the what goes on in each track, but just know that I think all of them are they make a perfect album. Um, Starting off with Army of Me, we have this really uh, sort of synthetic bass line, but synthetic in a like a good way. Like it sounds like it just sounds like a normal bass line, but a little bit uh, more polished. But at the same time, it's still got a lot of grit to it that keeps it interesting. And then on the chorus to the song, you get um, this sort of downwards flowing um, sort of sets of instrumentation, I guess is how you could put it, even if it's just really the bass line, but it sounds really big, especially when it's followed by this really loud shots of jazz instrumentation with all these horns and everything. Really makes for a great opener. And that transitions into the second song, Hyper Ballad, which, as the title suggests, it is a ballad. It has these really uh, uh, I don't exactly know how to put it, but it's sort of these snare drums that sort of remind me of rain falling down. Uh, where they're really light and they like you can sort of hear them going back and forth. It's really nice to hear. And then on the chorus, you get these really sad, but also sort of alien and definitely aiding in the like the rainy feel of the song. These synth lines, and then at the end, they sort of all go haywire. It sounds really great. And that transitions into the third song, Modern Things. Um, Not a whole lot to say about this song. I like the sort of, if you could call them falsetto vocals, and the I can't tell if the beat is sampled or not, but it has this sort of um, vinyl sound over it. That might have just been an effect, but it sort of sounds sampled too, considering how it's like cutting in and out. But it's a very great third track. And then after that is a cover of "It's So Quiet," um, which has this nice piano forte dynamic to it, where it'll go between these slow, slow, like waltzy sound to it, and then it'll transition into this really big band jazz, and it'll do that back and forth throughout the song, almost without warning. And Björk's vocal performance here is really great because she can go back and forth between this piano and forte dynamic so naturally. After that is Enjoy, one of the probably the darkest song on here, even though it's not super dark. It has these sort of similar shots of horns that you find on Army of Me, but this time a bit more staccato, a bit, and the key they're in, the chord that they strike changes to be a bit more sort of sour sounding and more threatening is how I would put it, though it's not exactly threatening. That's just sort of the vibe that I get from it. And Björk's vocals seem a lot more, I guess, angry. And there's like a layer of distortion put over it. Following that, the sixth song, "You've Been Flirting Again." It's pretty straightforward. It's sort of reassuring, I'd say. The lyrics back that up a little bit, but right at the end you get this great drum beat that transitions you into the seventh song, Isobel, which is one of my favorites personally. I've heard it more times than the rest of these because I heard a couple of these songs before I decided to check out the whole album, but I've heard this one more than some of the others. But it's got these after like each of the verses, there's these really great string sections, string passages that come through the song and really brighten it up, make it sound really cinematic. And I guess that's one way you could put this album is sort of cinematic, though a lot more realistic than I'd say something like Kanye West's My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Following that is Possibly Maybe, and I'm like 90% sure that they sampled like a ringtone or something, but it sounds great. The I believe they have some synthesizers layered over it that I also really like, but that's all I can say for it right now. I Miss You. I do not remember a lot about this song, but I still really like it. When it's on, it's not even like just good. It's great. It's just as great as all these ones. I just don't have any specific words to describe it. That just comes from a lack of listening extremely often because it is a very odd album, at least in my opinion. After that is Cover Me, and whenever I hear this song, I sort of picture like a sort of like a mountain with like all these like grassy fields around it. That might just be me, but something in like the way the guitar in the background sounds sort of makes me think that way. And then the final song, the closer, Headphones, is really great. Sorry about that. It's got, it's really nice and quiet to sort of be like a cool off from like the really how loud, quiet the rest of the album is. So it is nice that they finish it on a quieter note, and they have all these different vocals just swimming around in the mix. It's it's definitely great. So yeah, honestly, love this whole album. I think it's a 10 out of 10, perfect. And I've only just begun getting into the rest of Bjork's catalog with albums such as Vespertine and Homogenic. So I expect my rating of this album, along with those albums, to change over time. But I already think this is like a perfect album. So thanks for watching. Bye.